Voters have spoken, at least sort of. A new poll shows Albuquerque voters will more than likely sign off on the I-25 Paseo overhaul if it winds up on the November ballot. So will this push City Council to free up the $50 million so it won't have to wait until the election? Here's News 13's Crystal Gutierrez.
Now, Dean, more than 70% of the people polled said they would likely vote in favor of funding the project, but it may still not be enough for 3 city councilors to change their minds. A group trying to get the Paseo interchange project moving hoped the poll would be the fuel they needed. They were hoping the poll would show 3 holdout city councilors they should vote to fund the project now instead of waiting for the November election, which would cost the city money and delay the project. A new research poll did show a strong majority of Albuquerque voters want the project started, and they're willing to put tax dollars on the line for it.
73% of voters are either very or somewhat likely to support a ballot measure, $50 million for the Paseo del Norte reconstruction on the I-25 interchange.
Brian Sanderoff, head of the research and polling group, says they polled a random sample of 405 city residents from across the city. Neither address nor even political party seemed to matter.
In other words, whether you are a Democrat or Republican, whether you're a male or female, whether you're an Anglo or Hispanic, support levels were pretty much the same.
While the poll says voters want the project funded, it may not be enough to sway the votes of 3 councilors. Councilors Ray Garduño, Debbie O'Malley, and Isaac Benton all voted no when council tried to pass the measure on its own so it would not have to go on the ballot in November. The trio said a project this expensive should go to the voters, but a poll? Councilor Isaac Benton sent in this statement saying, quote, "It's not good government to decide an issue this important based on research polling," adding it's not a substitute for the public vote. Councilor Debbie O'Malley agreed, saying it would be like deciding a presidential election on a poll.
That's not the way we do things. We decided unanimously to take this to the voters as a council. We have not reversed that decision, and I don't think we should.
Now, we left messages for Councilor Ray Garduño, but have yet to hear back from him. Back to you.
All right, Crystal, thank you. The Secretary of State is expected to make a final decision sometime next week on whether the Paseo question can go on the November ballot. No word yet on how much the city would have to chip in for that election if it does.